In this interview with Goose, we learn how he grew 300,000 subscribers in the last year and his tips for you to do it on your channel coming up.
This video is brought to you by vidIQ, the #1 Chrome extension for YouTubers looking for on-point data analysis, research resources, and enhanced video creator tools. Start getting more views in less time today by signing up for free at vidiq.com/influence. That's vidiq.com/influence.
What's up, influencers? Welcome to another interview here on Video Influencers, where we're helping build your influence, income, impact with online videos. We have Goose from the channel Clásico, which is a men's style advice channel, which is amazing. So thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, Benji, for having me here.
Yeah, I'm excited. You know, a couple things about your channel that people need to know is mega successful, but specifically successful from Mexico and Spanish-speaking videos, right?
Right.
And you're at 462,000 subscribers, but what's really impressive is 300,000 of that is literally from the last year, you guys. So very, very successful. Obviously, you've got some mega hit videos, and I just love your hustle. Tell us a little bit about yourself, how you got started, and how you got to growing 300,000 subscribers in the last year.
Well, that part was a surprise, but well, let's start from the beginning. And Benji, the thing is, back in 2011, I was stuck in a rut. It was my lowest point in my life ever, and I was overweight. I was not looking good. I just lost a relationship. I was broke, and the one thing that got me up was actually learning how to dress. And one thing is that my way to learn things is to teach. Yeah. Because that forces me to really understand what's going on behind the scenes. So I decided, why not? Let's make a blog. And then the blog turned into something like, it was getting a lot of views, so I decided, why not making a YouTube channel? And that's how I got started.
Yeah, that's awesome. And you know, in the last 12 months, you've had this mega growth on your channel. Right. I would love to know like how you did it and what would be like maybe just a few tips for the viewers on how they could do it.
Okay, so, well, at the beginning of last year, I was at 100,000 subscribers, which it was kind of hard to get. Yeah. I was lucky because I found another YouTuber, and I reached out to this guy. Yeah. He was at around maybe 150 subscribers. He was new, but his content was amazing. Yeah. So I reached out and said, hey, let's make a video together. And that video got 1 million views. Wow. So that put me around 10,000 subscribers, and I kept growing slowly until I get to 100,000. And then I got stuck, and I got frustrated. And I had to realize that I had no idea how to do that. I just got lucky. So I started looking information, and I know YouTube is a great place to look for information, and I ran into these guys. So I started applying all these things, right? So, well, the first thing is I knew my content was good, and all I had to do was make it even better. Yeah. Because I realized that the audio was not so good, people complained about it. And when I fixed the audio, then the video was starting to be a problem. I was recording with my iPhone, which has a very decent camera on it, but the lighting wasn't right, you know, in spot, so I had to get better lighting. I used to get in front of a window, but then the sun changes. Yeah. That guy is like that. So in my videos, you can actually see when it goes dark and then bright again, and the camera doesn't know what to do, and it's terrible. Yeah. So I had to just get good lighting, record when there was no change. And it improved, but still not good enough. So what was missing? So I came back to these guys, and I started seeing this constant recommendation of spending a lot of time working on your thumbnails, on your titles, and of course making it like consistent. Like the video really has to deliver what your thumbnail promises.
And by the way, your thumbnails are amazing. Like if you just go to his channel, you can tell. And I know like we're here in Atlanta right now, attending a Menfluential event, and you know I feel like a lot of people are starting to catch on. But your thumbnails, you probably spend a lot of time on them, right? And it makes all the difference.
Yeah, I spent about 3 hours on them. Wow. I make maybe 6 to 10 different thumbnails, and I send them to my brother, my sister, my friends, and say, hey guys, which one do you like best? Sometimes I even show them to my audience, two versions, which one's better, and they tell me this one. Go. And that's how I do it, yeah.
And then I know that there was one more thing that you mentioned earlier on, like how you were able to improve your videos. I think it was like watch time, right? Like you actually paid attention to what people what people were liking and what people weren't liking. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, yeah. One day, as I was watching video influencers, actually, Sean mentioned something about you need to pay attention to what makes your audience leave your video, and so I started doing that, and I realized that when I would just make a joke, people didn't like that. I think they like me to be a serious guy, like formal. So I started going that way. But I also had to include a little bit of humor, but deliver it in such a way that is consistent with my personality on camera.
And so this is the thing, what Goose is talking about is literally watch time and seeing where people drop off and deleting that. That's actually something a lot of really successful YouTubers do. They will pay attention to the audience retention, right? And if like at 70% of the viewers leave the video, so many minutes in, they literally delete the rest of the video for future videos, right? So like they don't record that content anymore. So they just like focus on what is actually interesting to the audience, right? Try to get it to 100%, and then you just start crushing it. So is there anything else you'd want to share with the viewers on like things that you did or hacks or tips to grow massively in the last year?
Well, definitely just don't give up. That's the main part, because YouTube is like life is like a roller coaster. Sometimes you're up, sometimes you're down. And you need to take a look at this like in the long term, because you're gonna grow fast and then you're gonna get stuck, and then you have to figure out how to get unstuck. So it's just continue to improve on yourself, because that's what matters. Who you are is going to. This is a quote that I really like. Like any success that you have is going to be preceded by an improvement on yourself. So that's what you got to work on, and eventually you're gonna get there.
So, just to recap what Goose said, number one, content is king. So, Goose focusing on the audio, the lighting, everything, making like the content great is so basic, but it's so important, more so now than ever, because that's what the YouTube algorithm is looking for, right? Secondly is thumbnails, right? Sean and I both spend a lot of time. We know that can literally make or break your video, because that's what represents your video visually to the people that are searching. And the third thing is watch time. Make sure that you're focusing on when people drop off, and start asking yourself, what is the content that people aren't interested in? And just don't record it in future videos, or don't include those segments, and you're optimizing. You want to get 100% watch time, and ultimately, you really want to get people watching as much of your videos as possible. So, Goose, I am so impressed with your growth, but the reason I wanted Goose to talk about those tips for you guys is so that you can apply it to your videos and also grow. And everybody's growth is going to be different. Remember, Goose comes from a place where he had already been doing this for a couple of years, right?
Like 3 years, more or less.
And got to 100,000. But you never know when your big break is going to be. So
you never know.
You never know. Goose, thank you so much for being here. Please leave some last thoughts for the viewers, and also tell us about your channel where people can find you.
I think I have like an extra tip, let's call it a bonus tip. And that is, first, I already said don't give up, so it just goes in the line of don't get frustrated. Keep working on your channel, even if you don't have any viewers. If your channel is in good standing, your content is good, your thumbnails are good, your banner is in place, all is perfect. As soon as you hit that one video that's gonna show your content to the world, everyone's gonna subscribe, and that's gonna be your big hit.
You might be thinking it's a waste of time to upload these videos. They're not getting very many views. Maybe you've uploaded 100 videos, but when your 101st one hits, right? Whenever that viral video goes out there to the world, or you start gaining momentum, those videos in your library are important to kind of convince the people that they should subscribe to you, even if they don't have a lot of views. This is what's so crazy. Once you have that hit video, they start watching the other videos too.
Yeah, exactly. They usually do this. They see one video and then they see another one that's related. And if they like it, they're gonna see your content and maybe subscribe. Yeah. Well, my channel, as you mentioned, is about men's style. I give just simple and basic advice for men so that they can dress always their best and always improve not only their image, but also their personality, fitness, everything. I just give advice. I'm not like a fitness expert, but I can point guys in the right direction. And yeah, so if you speak Spanish,
there you go.
If you can understand Spanish, definitely go check it out. I have good tips for you guys, and
yeah, check out Goose's channel. We'll put the links below. Even if you don't speak Spanish, go check out what he's doing. You know, one of the best ways to improve your content is see how other people are crushing it and do what they're doing, right? Even if you're not in the style fashion niche, you can still learn from the thumbnails, still watch the content, even if you don't understand Spanish, and be like, what is making this so good? Why do people want to watch? And applying that to your efforts, to your videos, to your channel is what's gonna make you successful. And you guys know we're helping build your influence, income, impact with online videos. If you guys are new to this channel, consider subscribing. We'll talk to you later.